My name is James,
My name is Joey.
and this is the Brothers Padre, an emergency Brothers Padre.
Emergency. So emergency. We're trying out new recording methods. James and I are not sitting across from each other. We're calling each other and recording our phone call.
Yes, we are.
James, why is this an emergency?
Well, about 5 minutes ago, the Padres just acquired all-star second baseman Adam
And
Frazier
and right fielder. Very important that you
and
say
right
that as
fielder. Yes,
well. uh, James, he bats left, throws right. All star. He leads all of Major League Baseball in hits currently. He currently has a 3.1 wins above replacement, 125 hits, 4 home runs, with 327 batting average. We are just getting the details now on who the package is. We know that at least Tucupita Marcano and Jake Suwinski are among the players going to Pittsburgh.
yeah. So, what was the other guy that they rumored that we were sending over? Um, some guy named Milano. Milano.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, here it is. The Padres are saying prospects Tucupita Marcano, Michelle Miliano, and Jake Suwinski, the Pirates for Frazier. Well, okay then. That's what AJ
Un,
Casavel's reporting. Wow.
Unbelievable.
I know you're a big Michelle Miliano fan, James, but I know it's going to be a big tug of your heart to.
He truly is. It's going to be a very real sad day to let him go. Uh, I
I like
can't.
Tucupita. Uh,
I do, but I gotta be honest. This takes care of. It depends on what happens later in the week. This takes care of two Padre problems, which is we get another left-handed bat, and
yep.
now we can platoon Will Myers or Eric Hosmer, depending on the day, or Jake Cronworth, and now we get whenever we platoon him, we get an extra bat, a good bat on the bench.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. No one speculated this. Like, I called you before this podcast. Like no, this is like kind of completely out of, I'm gonna say completely out of right field for the sake of Adam Frazier.
Also, nobody in any of the baseball rumors have you read has anything to say about like who speculated where Adam Frazier was going to go.
Well, he's another thing. He's in team control until the end of 2022. He is not a rental. He's a year and a
No,
half
he's
left on
not.
his contract. Man, this is I'm genuinely surprised by this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of in shock that this was the guy that we got for so little. Um,
He's batting 327.
yeah. I mean, he's not a power bat. He's not Gallo, right? But he puts the ball in play a crap ton. He gets on base at 392, has an OPS at 844, OPS plus of 131.
Only has 5 stolen bases though, so we got to snap him out of that real quick.
This is bananas. Um this is so whack because like this is so this sounds this is what it seemed like. I bet you this morning AJ Preller woke up and he's like, I'm getting Adam Frazier. And they're like, what? I'm getting Adam Frazier, like in a premonition in the middle of the night. He's like, because this is totally, no one even speculated this. Like, this is awesome. Oh,
Yeah, and
man.
he lured everybody into a false sense of security with Gallo. And this is another guy that sees a bunch of pitches. He doesn't strike out a lot. He yeah, he's only struck out 45 times this year. Um, he averages about 60 strikeouts a year. So he sees the plate very well. He's just another great contact hitter.
Crazy, man. This
And what
is,
and you said on
wow.
days in which Cronenworth is going to be playing first base, We will have a all-star in all 4 infield positions.
It's crazy, man. So there is um the Pirates are also sending over cash. So the full deal is looking like the San Diego Padres are getting Adam Frazier plus money, and the Padres are giving up um three prospects.
That's I don't how does AJ Preller do that? How does he say, "Hey, we're gonna take your best player, give us cash"?
Well, about $1.4 million.
That's
Give
does
it
that
up. Give it
cover?
up. Give it up. Give it up.
Yeah,
AJ
good job, AJ. Oh my lord!
Who gets the bump now? I mean, so before we talk about what this means for our roster, what are your thoughts? What I mean, we've talked about. We're kind of in a chaos mode right now. But what are your thoughts? Like, what are your thoughts now, knowing the deal now?
My thoughts now are AJ Preller's a genius. No one expected this whatsoever. My biggest fear has always been that we're just going to give up a bunch of people for an okay person. The only person I think we're really giving up that we might miss is Tucupita, but he's another couple of years away from being major league ready. This is nuts. This is truly nuts. I think it fixes all of the problems that we had in our lineup. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I just it's interesting because I thought that like we would go for um the just the power bat. We'd overspend for the power and just, and just that would be the move, right? We kind of play money ball a little bit where we get as many total bases as possible. But I like this move a lot, he said free agent for another year, get an outfield infield, all-star. I'm just still a little shocked that this was the guy, right?
I'm shocked, but I'm shocked that we're also shocked because we AJ Preller reminds us every year that he's AJ Preller.
I just don't know. It's just not what we thought it was going to be, right? And I think, I mean, what you said is crazy. AJ Preller consistently reminds us that he's incredible. He's very, very good. He built a farm system where people in the top 200 of baseball, outside the top 100, are people that are willing to trade for. They're willing to trade for all stars for. Absolutely awesome. Um,
I think it's going to be great. I think again like I was saying, where do we put him in the lineup? You can put him anywhere. Somebody that kind of with that kind of contact can go anywhere and be an asset anywhere in the lineup.
let's just pull up a lineup from today, and I'll just kind of like see where he ends up. Can Let me see your best. Let me load up MLB.com. So what was the lineup today? Um, is versus a starting righty opener, so it might be a little different. I guess it would actually be right? Versus a righty. This would be pretty similar. It was Grisham, Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado, Pham, Hosmer, Profar, Caratini, Darvish. So you probably get rid of Profar, right?
Exactly. He's a bench
And
player.
and you probably, so let's say an ideal righty lineup would include Nola too, right? You wouldn't care like, so what would you have? Does this stay the same and do you bump Hosmer to seventh and do you put Frazier in sixth?
Probably, I would. I also again, what would if it's a righty? Yes, and then against lefties, you would put I don't know, Hosmer off the on the bench and have um Will Myers in and right. I don't. It's going to be interesting to see because this guy can platoon and help out streaky play hitters we have. Both Will Myers and Hosmer can be streaky. And it's interesting. It's very, very interesting.
I just think like this is not even like these are not the guys that people for big like very possible we're still going after a starting pitcher. Very, very possible, right?
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah,
wow,
this is just
interesting.
nuts. What's that?
Just so John Heyman is saying basically the reason why the money was necessary because the Padres were like, hey, we're not going to pay him arbitration, but rather we're going to like, um, it's going to help because he's going to be in arbitration next year, right? And
Yes.
so it just helped that money helps us ease the burden of whatever arbitration because he's going to have a good arbitration. He's an all star. He's going to get paid next year, which he deserves to be, right? Like obviously, but that money makes it so that like it's not really a dent the Padres on the Padres payroll. It's just such a this is like a sneaky good pick, a sneaky good trade. This is maybe not sneaky because he's an all star. He's not exactly like you know unknown, but I don't know, man. This is crazy. Let's look at us versus left-handed hitters. What is he batting? He's batting 311 versus lefties, 333 versus righties.
Unbelievable.
So
Unbelievable.
he has more home runs versus lefties than righties.
Wow. I mean, he doesn't have
He has
that many home runs to begin with.
he has more strikeouts versus right-handed pitcher, which probably because he has more play appearances with righties more than anything else. Also, he's been hit by pitches equally amount by both of them. 3. Oh, look at
Interesting.
that.
The point is, he
uh,
sees the ball well, and he can. He's basically another Tommy Pham and Trent Grisham in our lineup that can see every strike and know the strike zone very well and work a pitcher.
yeah, and he puts the ball in play a lot. It's awesome. I think it's a good pick. Really, really good. Okay, so who gets the call, James? Who gets bumped from the roster? I
I
don't
mean, for
know.
the first game against, I think,
O'Grady
against
probably.
the who
O'Grady. Like, and who would our
may
25 man? Who is our 26 man get this knocked down?
it would have to be O'Grady or Jorge Mateo, right?
Yeah.
I have a sneaky suspicion Adam Frazier is going to be playing a lot more on right than he is in the infield. We have an abundance of infielders because Hassan Kim can't play the outfield. It's just going to be an interesting predicament, but it's a good predicament to be in for the last. I say load it up, load everybody you can up for the All Star for the let the offseason straighten out who's going to go where and when, and maybe during the offseason make a couple more moves to make our team even stronger next year. But no, this is a really good team for the playoffs.
Yeah, man. I just hope that I like the idea of a high contact guy a lot. I think
Me too.
Padres are pretty pensive because they take. I mean, they draw their walks and are sometimes are afraid to just put balls in play. Um, at least that's my eye gut check. So some guy like this is just I don't know. I'm just like a little baffled still. I don't know. It's crazy to me that this was no one talked about him. Like he was not on anyone's like trading block.
There
And
was rumors
then
that the Yankees were going to trade for him, but there's rumors the Yankees are going to trade for the entire league.
right. If you listen to Yankees fans, they're gonna want to trade for it. They'll look at every single pitcher, every single possible good player from every single team from with absolutely nothing in return. So,
Yeah,
um,
like here's a Babe Ruth hat. Give us all your team.
um, yeah. Is this? I guess the next question is: this it? Is this the only offensive piece we're gonna go for?
It might be the only offensive piece we need because it then puts no matter where he platoons, it puts good people on our bench. We're looking at on our bench
Mm.
potentially having any game Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, or Jake Cronenworth. I have a feeling Jake Cronenworth's not going to go anywhere in the lineup because he's also one of our best contact hitters. Yeah, that might solve our offensive problem. Absolutely.
Too much Morton's on Twitter just tweeted this. We already have the third lowest strikeout rate in baseball, and we just added one of the lowest strikeout hitters also in baseball.
Okay.
It's just gonna make the pitchers work. Wow, wild man. This is not. This might not be the last. This might not be the only emergency episode we do this week.
No, I was thinking we might have to do a few, and this is definitely an interesting one, just because who knew? Who
Who
nobody
knew?
suspected. But remember again, why are we doubting AJ Preller? Last year, no one expected us to get the people he went out and got. No one expected, Mike Clevenger to be on our team. No one expected during the offseason the same day we'd get Blake Snell and Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
So I think we might have to do another one today because he likes to do his trades in batches.
It's true. Yeah, I think the general consensus, the price was low. Frazier's good, decent. Like when he's not hot, he's a decent player, and he's an all-star. And I think it's a great. I think it's a very solid upgrade to our platoon.
I
Yeah,
do too.
it's awesome, man. Well, James, any other parting thoughts?
Go Padres.
Go Padres. Just to recap, Adam Frazier is now San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres sent over 3 prospects. One, of course, you've seen Tucupita Marcano a fair bit. Jake Suwinski and Michell and Miliano, who 21-year-old in Class A. And also the Pirates sent over cash as well. So on Tuesday, when the Oakland Athletics come into town, we will have an additional player, and that man will be Adam Frazier. And until
Well,
an hour from now, when AJ Preller trades for another person, go Padres.
go Padres.